The two most dominant forces in Serie A this decade. Between them, Inter and Napoli have won 4 of the last 5 league titles. And once again, they're scrapping it out at the summit. Inter begin tonight's match against Napoli as league leaders. They know they could go 5 clear of Milan, who currently sit second. They could leave Napoli some 7 points behind them in the table. Manuel Pascali, what a big game in prospect.
Good evening, Patrick. Yes, it's a massive, massive game.
Over the top for Di Lorenzo, and this is Højlund. Sommer makes the save, the flag goes up.
I think Di Lorenzo's starting position is in an offside, but this interesting position that Politano and Elmas are really, really tight.
Zielinski's won it off McTominay, and here comes Lautaro Martinez. Now Thuram in the channel. Marcus Thuram for Dimarco! He's done it again against Napoli. Last season's free kick at the Maradona. Tonight he scores at the Meazza. And it all came from a transition when Zielinski won back possession.
Yes, Patrick, it's all about the transition, the pace, the desire. Then Zielinski had to win the ball off McTominay. Then Lautaro wisely played the ball in towards Thuram feet, who's waiting the number 32 as usual. And from a tight angle, he finds the bottom far corner and put Inter 1-0 ahead.
He scored the opener at the Tardini on Wednesday. Federico Dimarco has scored the opening goal here in an even more significant match against the league champions.
Yeah, that's the difference. Zielinski winning the physical battle in the middle of the park. And yeah, look, Thuram going 1 against 1. Politano is too late. Di Lorenzo is too late. And Dimarco from there with his left foot cannot miss. Unsavable for Milinkovic Savic.
Inter lead in a big game. And they are currently now going 7 points clear of Napoli. It's still very early, but it's the ominous early goal for the Nerazzurri. And so often in the past we've seen them find another gear and occasionally humiliate their opponents. Just ask Milan. Thuram for Calhanoglu. Thuram, now Barella and Lautaro. It was lovely one-touch football, but Lautaro didn't connect. Barella wanted it back. Inter have won it high again. Dimarco, lovely ball. Here's Marcus Thuram, and now Bastoni. Zielinski meantime. Calhanoglu can hit them, and it's off target.
Yeah, scored from the distance before against Napoli when Meret was in goal. But again, Inter winning the ball in the middle of the park and then immediately trying to hit in transition.
Elmas. A rare attack for Napoli in this first half. Spinazzola. Elmas with the cross, and put away by that man McTominay. Just as he did here last season, just as he did in the reverse fixture. The big game is made for Scott McTominay.
You know, Patrick, that's the first time that Napoli are able to involve Spinazzola. He's the player that can make things happen. Great internal overlapping by a Napoli player, and then this man in the middle of the box finds a way to meet the ball and beat on the near post for the equalizer. Jan Sommer Great play by Napoli, going from the right to the left, feeding Spinazzola, then Elmas, I think. Great ball in, and McTominay doesn't miss from there. Look, internal overlap, and there Zielinski, I think, leaves the Scottish international. From there he finds a way to beat Sommer at the near post.
It's almost identical to the goal he scored here last season. That end of the ground, that near post, that goal was from a corner, this one from open play. But it now means that the reigning MVP has 3 goals in 4 games against Inter. McTominay's won it off Zielinski. McTominay could have squared it, went for goal himself. It was the reverse of what we saw from Inter's opener. Bastoni with the long throw. Berkema away, Zielinski, Barella, and it didn't reach Lautaro. Barella's ears are burning. More elegant defending from Manuel Akanji. Zielinski now driving at the Napoli defence. Dimarco, Lautaro, Zielinski hit his own teammate Lautaro.
Yeah, he caught Lautaro, sorry. Maybe was going to hit the target. I don't know, it was enough to score the second goal. Brilliant by Dimarco, spotting the only area he could. That was going to maybe hit the
going wide, I think. All 3 of the top 3 are in action next week because they were all involved in the Super Cup. Milan have the hardest game away at Como. Inter at home to Lecce, who are struggling. Napoli play Parma at the Maradona. 2 to play until the break here. Akanji, Calhanoglu, in by Barella. Thuram! Helped over the top by Milinkovic-Savic.
Big risk for Napoli, but watch Juan Jesus being caught ball watching. He doesn't know where Thuram is. Look, he's too far away. And there, luckily for Napoli, Thuram didn't hit any corner, but too central.
Dimarco takes it short this time. Barella in by Dimarco, away by Di Lorenzo. Manuel, I think Dimarco wanted to play that ball in first time, had to take a touch because of how firmly Barella played it to him. Bastoni. Calhanoglu, as we move towards added time. Shouldn't be much more than a minute, you would think. There was that break in play for Thuram to get treatment. Calhanoglu into finishing the first half strongly. Barella decided not to deliver. Bisek finding space. Bisek! Shades of his goal at Marassi. Di Lorenzo, chance for him to cross here. Instead it's Politano. Politano. Lobotka. Away from Thuram, then he lost his footing. Nearly lost the ball, he's still got it though. And he's played in Berkema, who had so many blue shirts to aim for. And somehow in to get it clear. What a chance for Napoli.
I think Akanji has been superb on that tackle, because Højlund and McTominay were waiting for an easy tap in.
A big chance to end the first half for the champions in what has been a pulsating game of football. It's lived up to expectations so far at San Siro. Scott McTominay once again on target for Napoli against Inter, the 3rd time in 4 meetings against the Nerazzurri for him, after Federico Dimarco had given Inter the lead with his sumptuous finish. Minutes in the title race now at San Siro. If Inter can get their noses in front and go on and win the game, it could take a big stride towards the Scudetto. If Napoli can complete the turnaround, All bets are off at the Serie A summit once again, Manuel Pascali. I won't ask you for a prediction, but here we are. Højlund, he's been released by Milinkovic-Savic, and he's away here. Rasmus Højlund, narrowly wide.
One mistake again from Inter and almost cost the second goal. And you fancy, look there, Akanji, I think misjudged the pass, the ball that Milinkovic-Savic played towards Højlund, and you cannot give this chance away for Napoli.
Taken short to Zielinski. Barella takes it on. That's why he doesn't score many goals. Zielinski coming off, unable to score against his former club, but he did play a big part in the opening goal. Spinazzola, this is Højlund, McTominay in support. Højlund on his weaker side. The shot was blocked, he'd struck it well. Højlund having a good game at centre forward. Spinazzola, they've doubled up on him, but he's found a cross. Højlund is there. Akanji did enough, and Luis Enrique has found Thuram.
And now Inter will try to eat in transition.
Thuram with a good ball for Barella. Lautaro makes the run. Lautaro Martinez! Might have been offside, he was. Either way, Napoli defended it impeccably.
Yeah, Napoli defending compact, really deep.
Barella over the top, Lautaro brings it down. Rahmani was there, it's a corner.
Great ball, a fantastic first touch by Lautaro, but who's there? Rahmani, the boss of Napoli defenders. Yeah, he's on side because Buchema is playing the skipper on.
Buchema was one of those appealing, but he was the one at fault. It does mean it's a rare corner for Inter tonight. Bisek, Luis Enrique, Mkhitaryan, still there for him. Thuram now, Dimarco again. That was goal-bound. Bastoni strikes it and nearly found the top corner.
That was going to meet the net 100%. And Buchema, I think, had a remarkable block. Let's see here again. Thuram spotting the number 32 behind him. And this is terrific defending by the former Bologna players. And I think maybe they could have been. They might have a check, Patrick.
Well, we saw this in the derby. There was a foul on Thuram in this exact fashion. A step on foot there.
I think this is gonna be a penalty for what we've seen the whole season.
Let's listen out to what Daniele Doveri has to say. Napoli know which way this decision is going. Big boost for Inter midway through this second half.
A seguito di revisione, il numero 13 del Napoli commette fallo in area di rigore.
The roar is that it's a penalty to Inter. Rahmani catching Mkhitaryan, and the substitute has won a penalty for the Nerazzurri.
So the tension is really high, but you cannot complain about that. It's clear. And now probably Conte has been sent off for kicking something. And now look how angry he is with the fourth official, Colombo.
That's going to give him several match touchline ban, I would think, Antonio Conte. The red card will result in an automatic one-match touchline ban. He won't be in the dugout at the Maradona. Up steps Calhanoglu. The demons are banished. A season on, it's a different result from 12 yards against Napoli at the Meazza. And just as he did in the reverse fixture, he now finds the net. It's advantage Inter tonight. It's advantage Inter in the title race.
Calhanoglu, please, can you show me the perfect penalty? Of course I can. That's smashing. So much pressure on the Turkish international by Della and puts Inter 2-1 up.
He used every last inch of the goal in off the post. Milinkovic-Savic went the way that Maignan had gone, went the way that Meret went as well. Calhanoglu, conscious of that, decided to mix things up, and he was right to do so.
Mamma mia, Patrick. Mamma mia. Even if I think Vanya Milinkovic-Savic was deciding or was going for the left side.
Comes Noah Lang for Sam Berkema, and it is the change of system that Manuel mentioned. Juan Jesus, well in by Akanji, it's run for Spinazzola, and now McTominay. Couldn't find Elmas. Di Lorenzo, in by Politano. Lang is at the back post, and McTominay has another one! A second for him tonight, a second for Napoli out of nowhere. And if there was any doubt as to why he was last season's most valuable player, just look at this performance.
Yes, incredible, because we thought the ball was going off the park and maybe for a corner, we don't know. But Noah Lang believed in it, and this man, one time again, he's coming to the rescue, Napoli, and scoring the incredible equalizer for Napoli.
That's now 8 goals this season, 5 in Serie A, 4 in 4 against Inter for Scott McTominay. A remarkable footballer.
Yeah, but look how many bodies in the middle of the box for Napoli. Yes, the ball didn't cross the byline, by Inter defender stopped. Look, McTominay is there, unmarked. Noah Lang is doing so well, putting the ball back in. And from there, McTominay somehow has managed to score again.
Pio Esposito on for Thuram then. Sucic over the top for Boni. Politano brushed aside by Boni. Still the Frenchman. This is Mkhitaryan. And it's off the post with Milinkovic-Savic beaten. It was deflected as well.
Yeah, Napoli here got lucky. Great play by Boni. I think there was a deflection probably on Mkhitaryan's shot.
It definitely was a deflection. Boni's now won a free kick, and whilst Dimarco's no longer on the pitch, Inter finishing on the front foot. Can tell the side that have the greater desire to win the game. Bastoni, the ball doesn't come into the mixer. Luis Enrique delivers. That's Milinkovic-Savic's ball.
Yeah, but there you need to take responsibility. If you want to put a decent ball in, just take it.
Great hold-up play again by Højlund. Lobotka now caught by Bastoni, and Napoli might have time with one last free kick. A stunning game of football at the Meazza. Twice Inter led, twice Scott McTominay got Napoli level. It does mean Inter draw a game for the first time this season. It means there's no change at the Serie A summit. Napoli stay in touch with the Nerazzurri. The gap between the two sides is 4. Milan just 3 adrift of league leaders Inter.